Hey everybody, Mike B from Living Water here with a couple of staff members with me. Lindsay, we're not gonna edit this, okay? Because it was hard to even get set up. Pat didn't like the location I had chose. I'm wearing sweatpants, and so we're making sure we film it from the waist up. This is gonna be raw. It's gonna be raw. Lindsay is our camera operator. You want to say hi, Lindsay?
Hi, everybody.
And this is Patrick, Elder
Hi,
Patrick.
everybody.
And because we're not meeting together on the weekends or even during the week for that matter, we're trying to stay connected with people through social media. And so I've been doing some interviews with ministry leaders here at the church, and I thought it was time to put Elder Patrick Brown in the spotlight. And the reason that I'm thinking of doing this, Pat, is because I'm not even sure what your title is here and what you do. You do work here, right?
I do. I have a lot of paper on my desk. Usually when you come in, you see that. That's to create the illusion that I'm doing something.
Good show.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have a title around here, but I'll let you finish asking questions.
So I want to know. I want you to tell everybody out there, because if I don't know, then other people don't know.
Okay.
What is your title?
My official title?
What's your official title?
Okay. My official title is church administrator. That's my official title.
That couldn't be more vague.
Do you want to hear some of my unofficial titles?
As long as it's appropriate.
They're appropriate.
Go for it.
Yeah. Problem solver.
Okay.
Squeaky wheel fixer.
Mm.
Okay. Dump man. That's like everybody dumps on me, just gives me what they don't want. When stuff is broken, stuff like that.
I have
Fireman. Start fires, put fires out.
I have a title for you too.
Do you?
I think I told you, because we used to share an office together.
We did, but then he dumped me, so he won't tell you that story.
True indeed, true indeed. And a greater opportunity came about. But I used to refer to Pat as the sink strainer, because when you're doing dishes, you got the sink strainer down there that catches all the dirt and debris. The things that we don't know what to do with, Pat catches them, or we just give it to him. So so you do all kinds of different things. Give us an example as church administrator, some of the things you do.
Yeah, so I'll talk in generalities first, and then maybe I'll give you some specifics. I have oversight of the building, the building grounds, and the vehicles. That's part of it. I have oversight of our human resources and finances. I could be the CFO, which is Chief Financial Officer, but I think you guys would probably identify with Chief Frugal Officer a little bit better, because I am about spending money around here. So that's part of it. And then the other part is I do counseling, and I do coaching, and I'm an encourager around here. I try to support you guys. So specifically what that looks like with building related matters is, I remember when we were building the addition over here, there were many days Pastor Mike and I would be sweeping water out, so I was a water sweeper that day when we had a lot of rain. And if you guys remember, we had the trusses collapse, so I was the man on the spot to look at the truss and say, oh my, and make a decision about the service after, of course, I consulted with the rest of the elder team. So I actually got to cancel service here in the midst of Pastor Ben preaching, which is still funny now that I think about it, because he was just looking at me like, what are you doing? Right. Outside on the grounds, the funniest thing I'd ever done was run away two horny toads. That's like two teenagers that were making out at our parking lot out here. Did I tell you about this? So I looked out the window upstairs, and I'm like, what are they doing out in that car? And I started to walk outside, and I said, hey, what are you guys doing? And this guy and the girl, and they're like, oh, we're not doing anything. I'm like, you're not doing nothing. It didn't look like it to me. I was like, it looks like you guys are making out. And the girl turned all red, and the guy's like, it's like, you guys are going to have to go. And they're like, okay. And they're just sitting in their car, and then I just said, you got to go now. You can't be on church property. And they took off, man. That was like funny. I never told you that story.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I should have left it out.
Well, I'm wondering if that segment is going to hit the cutting room floor, but you as the elder here, if you're okay with leaving that ends.
That's some of the stuff that happens here, Mike.
No, I have one too. Now we're going to
Like
do
you
a
told
long
me,
video.
yeah.
I have one. I used to be the church janitor here many years ago, and I would work some really odd hours, and so I would be here at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and a lot of windows around, and I would see a vehicle pull up, and you know, we're off the beaten path really, and I'm not sure why there's a vehicle coming up here, and you know, there was some lights on, so they probably figured somebody was here, but they would park in one of the parking spots, and it's completely dark out there. They would find a secluded spot and out under one of the lights here, and all of a sudden I would see a little spark. Sparking up in the car. So they were looking for a secluded spot to do whatever it is that they were doing. I mean, who knows what that was. But
Yeah.
I'll keep it clean.
I'm with you, man. And then,
you.
you know, I do our human resources. I do our finances, budgeting, present that to the budget team, and the facilities and grounds. I have Otto that helps me out, and Steve Hout, he does the outside, and they got a good crew. So I have lots of good people helping us out to keep the building looking good and make sure we get paid, and people are generous here. So that's about some of the stuff that I do on a regular basis. Then I have odd stuff like helping employees get out of a ditch when they run off a road. You get a call like at 7:40 in the morning.
Remember that?
I ran off the road, and I'm like, how did you do that? Oh, there was black ice there. I'm like, dude, it's 50 degrees outside. There's no black ice. So yeah, there's some funny things, you know, you just gotta wonder sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's some of the stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned Otto. The buildings never looked better.
Beautiful.
I mean,
He's doing a great job.
Yes. Time to get some major projects done during this
We
time.
did, yeah.
So, yeah, it's looking good. All right, so I have 2 questions for Church Administrator Elder Patrick. That's quite a title, and and all the things you listed. I don't know. I'd hate to see your resume will be like the length of a CVS receipt, man. So 2
But
questions.
there won't be a coupon at the end.
True.
I'm sorry. go ahead.
They're crazy with those receipts. 2 questions. One is what is one thing that you miss about church life, Living Water in particular, for the last, say, 2.5 months during this whole COVID-19 situation?
Yeah, that's a good question, Mike. I think what I miss the most is what we're doing right here is hanging out, being with people. You know, I work with great people, but man, getting together with the church family and being able to see them and punching some guys on the arms and shaking hands and hugging people and just seeing what life is presenting to people, that's what I'm missing is the physical interaction. I mean, Zoom is good, it's all right, you know, but there's nothing like a real life person.
Right.
That's really what I'm missing.
Yeah, and that's similar to me. I miss the human touch, you know, just handshakes. Can we do a
we
little fist bump? So yeah, I mean, you know, Pastor Ben's always dapping people during the day. You know, you get a lot of hugs and handshakes from him. I miss that.
We do.
I do. I miss that. So yeah, we have a similar answer to that question. What do you think is one good thing that has come about in the last 2 months?
One good thing, you know, I can I tell them you actually told me to be prepared for this question, so
Yeah.
I'm ready for that question. One good thing is kind of related to what I miss is that I've come to realize that relationships are valuable. That's one good thing that came out because it's helping me to re-engage with my family and with friends even. I pick up the phone and call people and say, hey, I miss you.
Right.
You know, I got some good friends. I try to call them to say, hey, let's break bread together, but they're not down with that. They think they got to do 6 feet. I'm like, look, we can sit 10 feet apart and eat together if you want.
Yeah. I invited you over to my house.
You
and
did.
We
But
tried.
we got overridden.
We did.
Which is okay.
And that's why we've been married the length of years that we have.
Right.
And speaking of that, this Sunday is my 23rd wedding
Really? You didn't
anniversary.
tell me
I
that.
don't know if you knew that. Yeah.
Congratulations,
23
dude.
years. Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah. How about you? What good thing for you?
I think, you know, it pertains to our weekend services. There's something that we've got a chance to do over the last couple months that we never really did before. And then were like these intro videos that were done by members of our church family.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the Rosignolls did a great one to get a glimpse into people's lives, into their home, into their what they're doing with the time that they have. And the Rows last week did a great one, and I think we have Raisha and her son Avery for this weekend, kind of taking a peek at that. So I'm looking forward to checking out that video. So just creative things that we've got a chance to do in the service that we typically didn't feel the need to do prior to all this.
Right.
So we're going to meet this Sunday morning, 9 a.m.,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Live
Look at
stream.
Lindsay's hands are shaking.
Lindsay's
Like, you guys are going way too long.
Yeah, Lindsay's like, I did not
The
expect
phone
this.
is not on the stand.
She's like, I would have bought a tripod if I knew it was going to be like this. She's like, yeah. So that was it. Just a fun video to just kind of give you guys a glimpse into Church Administrator Patrick Brown's role here at the church, and just the great relationship that we have.
It's all fun, man. It's all good.
And I'm going
I
to
love
say,
working here. You love working here?
I do.
It's a blast.
And since this has been so candid, I'm going to release something I was not going to release.
You want to spit some bars?
No. Yeah, we'll freestyle off the top and really make this a mess. No, it's ironic. It's ironic that we're having this conversation given the intro to my sermon this weekend.
Okay.
It's very ironic, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay. All right.
Very vague, kind of cloaked. You don't know what I mean by that, but maybe that'll encourage people to tune in.
That's right.
Come for the Lord. Come to worship Him.
That's right.
And worship Him.
9
in
a.m.
song.
Sunday, right?
9 a.m.
Okay.
9 a.m. We're talking about the fruit of the Spirit. We're looking at patience. I had to pause there for a second. Patience and kindness is what we're going to look at this weekend. So hope you'll join us.
Yes. Thank you for your time.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Bye-bye.